Hello everybody, this is Level Up Lani and welcome back to this episode, Our Life, Beginnings and Always. Hope I remember the title. So it's been quite a while since we've gotten back onto this, but finally I jumped back in and we're going to continue from where we left off. So I hope you enjoy and let's go. We have to talk about this summer first before we start plotting the rest of our lives. I've got some plans already. Oh, tell me. I'm going to visit my cousins. You chuckled, of course. What's something you want to do? The first thing that comes to your head. So I want to spend time with people. I've got new art supplies. Reading. For me, it's pretty much these two options. But let's continue. I'm going to catch up with movies and TV. Probably spend time at the beach. Don't want to do anything at all. It's a vacation. I've got some new art supplies. I can't wait to try them out. I can't wait to see what you'll make. You leaned back on your bed, settling in, as you continued chatting with your friend. Even though it hadn't been that long since you saw her, and you'll be seeing her soon, you found plenty to talk about. For one, the events of the day, you sat up straighter. I was with Cove and Derek today, and we met a new kid. Like at your neighbourhood? His parents were visiting family. So it sounds like he'll be around for a little while. I don't know how long. What was he like? Mean? He kept snapping when all we were trying to do is talk to him. He just kept being rude to everyone. But especially Cove, it was awful. I don't think I want to meet him. Trust me, you wouldn't. You want a boy to stay away before even meeting him? That's an unexpected twist. Your cousin was pretty popular with the boys who knew her. She seemed happy enough to have them around until they started to annoy her. Who are you to talk? Cove and Derek are always around. They're both boys, you know. That's true, that's not the same. They are not always around. I'm not the one who invites them to show up on their own. You weren't able to say anything to that. I'm selecting that one. Lee laughed at your silence, deeply amused. Even though she couldn't see, you shook your head at her, grinning to yourself. There was a stomping noise approaching your room, heralding the arrival of your irritated older sister. She flung the door open, a frown etched on her face. How long are you going to hog the phone? Oh yeah, remember this is the classic days. We've advanced a lot more with technology now to not have this problem. Glancing at your watch, you realised that your quick call had gone on for much longer than anticipated. Elizabeth held out her hand, the other one lodged on her hip. She noticed the realisation on your face. Time's up. Gotta go. See you soon, okay? Okay, see you. Tell Elizabeth and your mums I said hi too. You barely pressed the end call when Elizabeth whisked the handset from your fingers and began dialing somebody new as you strode out the room. Your ma's voice called from downstairs. Hey, has anyone seen the phone? I'm using it. With that, she shut the door behind you. Silence was left in the wake. That was the one way to end your first day of summer break. Sometime later, it had gotten dark outside and you laid in bed wide awake. Your window rattled all of a sudden, startling you badly. You flinched, staring over with furrowed brows. From your vantage point, you saw only the moon and open sky. You were... Well, that's honestly what I would be, if that just happened. What had caused that noise? Swallowing hard, you sat up and moved closer to the window. You could only hope this wasn't a bad idea. To your utter shock, your gaze was met by a pair of familiar ocean blue eyes. Cove? You squinted, yet Cove was right outside your window. Your house was very angular, and some parts stuck out further than others, so it theoretically wouldn't be hard to climb around on. Still, just because somebody couldn't didn't mean that you expect it to ever happen. To his credit, Cove was doing fine. His feet were braced against a section of the wall that jutted out, his arms flexing with effort to keep him upright. He easily lifted a hand and waved at you from the other side of the glass. You hurriedly opened the window. I don't know why he's here, but alright. Clove climbed over the edge, releasing a breath once he was safely inside. Hey, Lani. What's up, Romeo? That's funny. What's up, Romeo? What are you doing? This sure is a surprise. You're always welcome here. Is everything okay? What happened? You're lucky I didn't start screaming. Amazing. My dreams have come true. Is everything okay? What happened? It's not okay. I needed to talk to you and couldn't wait until tomorrow. If I rang the doorbell, I know your mums would have answered and they'd just make me go home. I didn't really want to explain why I was coming over anyway. I don't want to talk about it. Well, besides with you, I mean, but that's why I did that. Okay, I see. As unexpected as this was, you were touched that Cove felt like he could tell you what was wrong. I might have tried calling or something, it's that my dad was on the phone. Cove suddenly looked very cross. Dad, he was talking to my mum. Still is, probably. You raised your eyebrows. Cove have eavesdropped on his parents' phone conversation? Shouldn't have done that. Eavesdropping is bad. I would have done that too. You didn't comment on him eavesdropping. There were other things to talk about. Are you going to stay with your mum for a while again? Every year, Cove was sent off to live with his mum for a few weeks. When it happened varied. Sometimes he would go during winter break, but usually he went during summer. Even though it was hard news, when you found out he was leaving and you missed seeing him those weeks, you understood. To your surprise, however, he shook his head. That's what I thought too, but no, that's not what they were saying. My dad asked my mum not to have me leave this year. He said she could stay with us here. You waited for him to continue. He didn't. The conversation abruptly dropped off. You couldn't help but stare at Cove. There was a complicated mix of expressions on his face. What did your mum say? She told him she'd come. I know she'll be coming soon before school starts. Oh. You heard Cove talk about his mum a lot over the years. He'd tell you about past memories or what happened while he was visiting her. Still, it was one thing to hear about someone and another... Whoops, I skipped over that, my bad. You were taken aback by the news, so you could only imagine how Cove felt. You looked over at him. He was pacing across your room, his features pained with dread. Before they'd barely stay in the room long enough to have lunch... Before they barely stay in the same room long enough to have lunch, now we're gonna be all together again. The three of us, after all this time, just for a few weeks. Yeah, I think it's kind of awkward when you have parents who have split up, sort of suddenly click and be together again. For some people, it's a very mind-altering situation. It could throw a lot of people off, and I see why. I know I should probably be happy that they can talk to each other now. I'm still not. I'm just confused and freaked out. And now I feel really bad for feeling this way. Lani, it's so... His fists tightened and his eyes became misty. He's crying. I shouldn't keep getting like this. It's been a long time already and I'm not a little kid. Though he wouldn't meet your eyes, you knew he was waiting for you to say something. Serious choice time. There's nothing wrong with feeling bad. This is hard to deal with. You can deal with this. I'm sorry, Cove. You know I am here for you. Yeah, that's a lot. You didn't know what to say. We're going to select this one. There's nothing wrong with feeling bad. That is hard to deal with. The tense line of Ko's shoulders eased. Thanks. That makes me feel a little better, like I'm not freaking out for no reason. A momentary silence fell over the two of you. You marvelled at how the day started. You had woken up eager for summer vacation, but now things seemed so crazy. The mini debacle with Mr. Holden's gift, the newest addition to the neighbourhood being so rude, and as if it all wasn't enough, now Ko's mum will be living with Ko and his dad again. Your whole life was kind of like that, it seemed. Complicated and hard and different. Why couldn't things just get better with time? Lani, the sound of your name said quietly pulled you from your thoughts. Ko gazed at you concerned. Who, me? I'm worried about you. You don't have to forget about yourself for me. I want to listen to you too.